right, here we go.
Yes, sir. The boys are back in town.
Rap Sports News.
RSN Podcast.
Choo.
What up, man?
What's going on?
Back at it again.
Another week down.
Yes, sir.
Let's get into some topics.
All
right, starting off with new music. We haven't heard from this guy in a while. Khalid. He just dropped a new album, Sincere. We haven't heard from him in like 5 years.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was started a family and everything
Right.
right now.
I haven't listened to the album in full yet, but I checked out the singles and it sounds good. He sounds a little different, like not as poppy. Like he still sounds poppy, but not as poppy as he did. Like when he was doing songs like Better or Location, stuff like that.
Okay. Can you hear the growth in his music? Or
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Even his singing sounds better.
Okay.
So
Nice.
shout out to Khalid.
Go check it out, yo.
Got a new one from Jesse Reyes featuring Tunchi, Riding.
Yeah, that Wayne verse.
Yeah, that was fire. It's kind of reminding me of that old Wayne flow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Wayne been putting in work, man. He been on so many features, and all of the features he been killing.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't heard a bad Wayne feature in a while.
We haven't seen him do this since, 2005 when he was on everybody's stuff?
He on the terror right now.
Yeah.
He on the terror. You think he's doing it strategically? Like,
Yeah, because, if you think about it, if you do something and it worked one way a long time ago, why wouldn't it work again? Especially for someone like him that's so lyrical.
but you think it's leading up to something of his own? By
Yeah.
let me tap into everybody else's, you know what I'm saying, fan base.
Yeah.
So then they're gonna be looking for my album when it drop or whatever it is.
Well, we might get another Carter. What were we on, 6?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might be 7.
You might call it something different.
Nah.
Just keep
I
it
feel
going.
like,
Just
yeah.
keep it going. Yeah, why not?
'Cause,
Just keep it going. At this point, you so far along. It's like, nah.
It's even think of someone like Hugh Jackman that's been Wolverine for 25 years.
True.
You might as well just keep doing that.
Yeah. Hey, if it ain't broke,
Don't fix it. Drake, he dropped a new song, No Face, where he was just rapping some bars.
It sounded like he was like writing in a diary or something, and everything he felt, like with everything that happened between him and Kendrick, like just side notes that he wrote down. I felt like he was just getting them all out. Like, let me get this off my chest.
How you getting lit off the person you hating,
Hey,
right?
that's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm. All right. Lotto, she had a really big week with Sugar Honey Iced Tea. She was number 1 on Billboard.
Big Lotto,
But
big mama.
her sales was kind of low. It was 29,000.
Yeah, that goes to kind of what we were talking about earlier. I feel like we were saying before, expectations and the standard, I guess you should say, was a lot higher with sales, but now, that's a big deal.
Yeah, especially compared to the other female artists like Sweetie or what's the other one? Sexy Red. They be doing less than 10,000 their first week.
And it's crazy, but it's like, how can they be that popular and do that low sales numbers, right?
Yeah, they come off kind of more so influencers on Instagram, YouTube, stuff like that.
You know what's crazy, and not to go very off, but it's kind of wild because I watched the interview with Academics, and who was that? Oh man, I'm looking right at his face. But they were basically breaking down how he makes money off his albums, and the guy makes money off of all the other. I forgot who it was. I forgot his name. I'm looking right at him. The point is, he was basically saying how when artists are in deals, how they really be in debt. Because all the money that, front money that they gotta, the labels gotta recoup. And so that makes me think about, like you just said with Sexy Red and different people, how are they really making money? I guess you had to rely on being an influencer, right? Because
brand deals, even touring, even though labels now do take some of their touring money, like those 360 deals, that's what that was about.
Yeah, I've been thinking about man, is it as good as it look? You know what I'm saying? Is it worth it?
I'm sure for the ones that can really, really sell, it is, because they're going to get the money anyway. But usually the label just gives them more money, so they stay in debt.
Yeah, and that's what Academics was saying. Every album, like they say, give you put up, I don't know, a couple 100,000 or $1 million, whatever.
You're not talking about the one with Young Berg, are you?
Not Young Berg. It was a more recent one. I'm looking right at his face.
Yeah.
It'll come to me, but yeah. But yeah, so it's kind of a weird place these days. Like, you know, especially for artists, it's like how can you be a successful, and everybody, you know, definition of success is different, but how can you be financially successful as a music artist these days?
All right, Yachty.
Uh-oh.
He's getting rid of all of his friends. Friends, how many of us got? All right, so Yachty, he gives his podcast partner Mitch the boot. Says that he don't want to do it no more.
How did this all come about?
So basically, they did an interview with Key Glock, right? And Mitch and Yachty, they was going back and forth. Yachty basically said, like, hey, you know, what would you be if you didn't have a successful friend like me? Basically, and what they was talking about, like, you know how some of these guys are here crashing out right now.
Yeah, a lot of them are crashing out.
They were talking about basically, like, if one of those kids came to you and they was like, hey, I'm thinking about going to do this, blah, blah, what are you going to tell them? Yachty was saying, you got to do what you got to do, but Mitch was saying, oh, there's other ways, or there's other things you can do.
So, is he wrong? Let's start there. Is Yachty wrong for making that statement? Where would you be if you didn't have a successful friend or whatever?
I don't know necessarily their journey together, right? So I don't know that for sure, but the way Yachty explained it is like basically he helped boost his friends up. Like his friends didn't want to go get jobs, so he just gave them jobs, right?
He makes a decent point. Because, and that's a fair statement, because if his co-host didn't have, like, what opportunity would he have? Right. So it sound kind of messed up because he's saying it out loud and he's saying it in front of the world. But it's, I mean, you know, he's not wrong for saying it. It's just, I think that's maybe something he should have said in private.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like,
it should have been
you're
more of a
chastising him in front of everybody.
Everybody. So now niggas looking at him like, well, you ain't, you know what I'm saying? You ain't nothing because if it wasn't for Yachty.
Yachty did do a lot. Yachty said that he brought their brand deal like $400,000.
Did the co-host did?
No,
Yachty
brought it in.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so where would he be without Yachty? We wouldn't know. We wouldn't even be talking about him.
Yeah, I didn't know who Mitch was until Yachty came around. Also, he dropped his artist Caribou. I don't know too much about her. I just heard her song for the first day, but basically he was saying that he wrote all her songs, and I don't really get. I guess like she's not doing what she needs to do, so he dropped her.
Like numbers wise.
I don't know
everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
It just sounds like she's not really taking it serious.
Hey, but look, at the end of the day, you know, you kind of gotta. Again, that's something that could have been put behind closed doors, but you can't fault Yachty for keeping it business, right? So again, you know, I feel like he could have handled it different. He could have, you know, did it more behind the scenes. But at the end of the day, you know, if he handling his business, he realizing that he's not making no return on his investment, I mean, he's gonna end up losing money. It's a smart move.
And Caribou responded back saying, "Stop bullying me."
Wow.
Yeah, so going back to Mitch, basically what made Yachty so mad is that people online started calling him a bad friend. Kind of like what we were saying, like you shouldn't have said that out loud. But Yachty got mad at Mitch for being like, why didn't you defend me? And Mitch was like, you know, Twitter, whatever. So he's like, you know, screw this podcast.
I think Mitch agreed, and that's why he ain't say nothing. You know, when somebody agree with something, but they don't want to say they agree with it, and they just don't say nothing. Like, yeah, he agreed.
I would say Yachty seems like a hard person to get along with, but he might have high expectations for what he's bringing to the table. He might expect you to do something too that he feels like people aren't really doing.
Yeah, and again, we don't know the backstory behind everything, but it's either, I think, in my opinion, I think it's either one or two things. Either the Mitch and Caribou, they didn't bring what they're supposed to do to the table, bring what they're supposed to bring to the table, what they agreed to. You know, we all going in on this, and they just didn't. They just dropped they dropped the ball on their side, or Yachty had too high of expectations for them.
Right.
Because you can't expect them to make the same moves that you're making when you're at a superstar level.
Agreed. So, Yachty, if you want to be on another podcast, come to Arson.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
We'll take the 400,000.
Word.
All right. Juvenile says that he puts his 400 Degrees album up against Jay-Z and Nas, any album that you pick. Says that he has more sales. He said that rappers up north have their own description of what a real rapper is or hot rapper is, but he said you have to have hits on hits.
So my question to that is, did Juvenile say this before or after he was drinking? Because he clearly wasn't in his right mind when he said this.
Right. He had to post that after he got kicked off the plane.
After he definitely did this after he got kicked off the plane. They say don't make statements or say things when you're emotional.
When you're angry.
When you're angry, yeah. I think he definitely did this after he got kicked off the plane.
All right, so let's do this since he wants to put his albums up against Jay-Z and Nas. Most monumental one from Jay-Z, Blueprint, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Most monumental one from Nas, I would say Stillmatic, Hip Hop Is Dead, Illmatic.
Illmatic,
the first one.
Cause most people when you ask other rappers what's the best album of all time, if they say a Nas album, it's always Illmatic.
Yeah. So Illmatic and Blueprint, right? Against 400 Degrees. Which one was more culturally impactful? Illmatic kind of changed the way people rapped, right?
Illmatic.
All right, Blueprint changed the way rappers made hits.
Blueprint. What did 400 Degrees do? Change the way people dance? No, I don't know.
What songs was on that for one?
It wasn't Back That Ass Up, right?
No, that was Hot Boy.
Oh, that was Hot Boy. See, I'm mixing them up.
Yeah.
Ooh, wait, what song was on that? Hold on, I gotta look this up now. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
That's kind of crazy. If we don't know what was on the album, how is this? I don't know, man.
How is this bigger than like Jay-Z and Nas's biggest album?
What was the context? Did he just randomly come out and say this, or did somebody ask him?
Someone asked him.
That's
I forgot what
crazy.
interview it was, but he was being interviewed.
All right, so
what's the track list?
he got intro, Gone Ride With Me, Flossing Season. Hold on, let me get the full Wikipedia joint because I don't want to get this wrong. Somebody else put this up. So he got, yeah, it's the same thing. For the rest of it, I know he got more than 3 songs. There we go. Flossing Season, Ghetto Children, Follow Me Now, Cash Money Concert Skit, Welcome to the Noya, UPT, featuring the Hot Boys and Baby, Run For It, featuring Lil Wayne, Hot Boys Remix, Rich Niggas, Back That Ass Up was on there.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's why.
Back That Ass Up was on there. Off Top, featuring the Big Timers, After Cash Money Skit, 400 Degrees, Juvenile on Fire, and a Hot remix with Jay-Z.
So I remember Back That Ass Up and Hot and Uptown Players, but those songs, I mean, you made a good party song for sure. One of the biggest party songs.
Bruh. Back That Ass Up was the biggest song on that album.
That's what I'm saying.
So you saying
and it's a great song and
yeah,
it lasted a long time.
I appreciate that song. But yeah, it's not that's not better than
that's not Blueprint
that's
worthy.
not Blueprint or Illmatic worthy. Or Stillmatic worthy. Or Hip Hop Is Dead, King's Disease. What do you call it?
Dynasty worthy.
That's crazy.
It's not Reasonable Doubt worthy.
Black Album.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Sorry, Juve. I can't agree with you on this.
No.
You made a hot song, though.
No.
You got one off.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no. All right. OutKast suing EDM duo for using their trademark name ATLiens. So OutKast, they started saying that like way back in like 1995, 1996. And the EDM duo, they started saying it like in 2012.
Yeah. They gonna get stomped out in Atlanta. They better chill with that. Man. Yeah, they definitely need to chill with that.
All right. The Game and YG, they did a peace walk out in LA. So they trying to stop the violence. Shout out to them for that for sure.
Yeah, I'm wondering why right now though. Like, what did something happen to make them?
I don't know for sure about that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of seemed like it's like
maybe it's just off the momentum of what Kendrick did this summer.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm not mad at it at all. I'm just wondering like what, the timing of it. How did that come about?
But we're all about keeping the peace
For sure.
and keeping everybody above ground. So let's talk about some news. Had a lady, she was out in Spain, and she was putting her panties on everything. We talking about bread. We talking about gas station handles. Talking about just random places.
So this is a new trend to just take your drawers off and put them on random stuff. What?
I don't know, man. That lady nasty, and she got a lot of threats online. She got chased out the country. Told her don't come back. So it was like, what are we out here doing? You too grown for this.
Yeah, you got too much time on your hands.
Yeah.
You just throwing panties places.
And then crazy. Like, what if someone walks in the store? They're like, "What's that smell?" Nah, I'm out. Right?
Yeah. Do you think she farted in the?
I don't know. I don't know what she did.
That's disgusting, man. That's disgusting.
But all I know is she don't need to be doing that.
Yeah, please don't no copycats. Don't start doing this, man. This is messed up.
All right. So Judge Mathis, after 39 years of marriage, him and his wife are getting divorced.
Bro, that's a long time to be saying you starting over.
Yeah.
like that's some people. That's longer than some people lived. And you talking about you starting over now?
Like, don't quote me, but I think Judge Mathis is like 64, 65.
Come on, dog.
So it's like you got to start back at what's your favorite color.
This is crazy. I mean, I feel like when you married that long, do you even remember how to date? Like,
yeah, because it was so different, right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is, even if you're away for 10, 15 years, it's like a long time. But you talking 39?
Like 4 decades, basically.
I don't want to get to know you over again. Somebody all over again.
Nah, at that time, it's just time to put on the game, get some pizza, some beer, and call it a day.
We about to see the judge in the strip club now. He about to be there.
You might as well end it like that. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no point of like starting all over. Like, you gave all your life energy into that one person.
It's too much work to start over, dog. Nah. Nah, not at all.
She got tired of hearing you a crackhead.
He was famous for calling somebody a crackhead, wasn't he?
Because it was so funny.
He was a crackhead.
Nah, I know a crackhead when I see one. You a crackhead.
Oh, man.
All right. So Jermaine Dupri, he has some questions about Kamala Harris. Basically that, she's already in office. So what makes you feel that if she gets elected, she'll do what she's saying when she could already do it right now? She's already in the House, right?
Sound like all the same questions we got.
Yeah.
So like same questions we got.
So he wanted her to talk about that at the DNC. She didn't, but Roland Martin had something to say, and he was basically saying, hey, don't say stuff like that online, and hey, call my phone. We can have a chat about this, da-da-da. And my thing is like, bro, this man's allowed to express himself any way he wants online to the people.
That tells me that people are like, this race is so close that they don't want anyone to be influenced negatively. But you can't censor the world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't, like, what are you afraid of? You think, okay, because Jermaine Dupri said he don't know if she's a good candidate or we could trust her or whatever it was, that all the black people going to be like, you know what, you're right. No, if anything, it's just another perspective to listen to and to think about, something to think about. Why would we not want to think about all the scenarios of our options, all the, sides of our options? Like, nah, man, it's kind of like someone saying, I'm telling you, yo, go check out the cheesecake spot, but, I'm not sure if they cheesecake better than the one down the street. And then people calling me like, hey, don't tell them there's other options here, dog. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man. Choose the best option for you.
Yeah, for sure. Vote your interests. Not telling you who to go for. And people are going, back and forth on candidates all the time of who they want. And you got to make that decision if you want to make that decision.
Yeah, serious.
Right, left, or the couch, whatever it is.
Hey, the couch is seeming more attractive these days.
A lot of people are choosing that. All right, so another person that was out there, a Republican actually, Vivek Ramaswamy. Got chased off. He was talking to some protesters. He was trying to get their opinion or get their thoughts on things, and they honestly didn't want to talk to him about what he wanted to talk about.
When keeping it real goes wrong.
Ended up chasing him off, saying, "Go home, racist."
Yeah, yeah. I'm not against this because I'm all for the keeping the peace. But sometimes I feel like the elected officials should be required to be amongst the people.
Yeah.
Remember all that you was talking before? You know what I'm saying? Nah, son. They need to be amongst the people. The people need to be able to address these elected officials and speak their mind and give some feedback, because at the end of the day, they're supposed to represent us.
Yeah, for sure. That is what they're here for. And they got to be reminded of that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get into some sports.
Yes, sir.
Our girl, Caitlin Clark. She's doing it again, man. Making history. The one and only. 500 points, 200 assists, quicker than anybody else in the country.
Anybody ever
to do it.
Caitlin Clark, CC. The greatest.
All right, CC. So, is this are these real statistics, or you think they kind of twisted and played with the numbers some?
Yeah, I don't really know, because I don't know. I feel like it's a great statistic to have, a great stat to have, but do they do that for everybody? Like, I feel like Angel Reese has been killing.
Mm-hmm.
She's been killing. And they don't really put her stats out there like that. Like, I'm sure she's done some things too that they just don't tell us about. You know what I'm saying? Because I would have never known.
Yeah.
How would anybody know?
Yeah.
Right? Unless you counting her points and counting her assists. So I feel like there's definitely there's always been some favoritism. There's always been, but I think it's convenient because her and Angel are in the Rookie of the Year race. And so, of course, if you put more of the light on Caitlin's stats than Angel Reese's stats, it's going to be a clear winner. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But and there's no hate. There's not no bias or anything like that. I'm just calling it as I see it because Caitlin Clark a hoop.
Yeah, she's the greatest.
Ever.
To do it. Beating everybody. All right. Our Olympic basketball team, they didn't really have time to celebrate because right after they had to go get drug tested.
I forgot about that. Was it Brian, Katie, and Steph, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we know you're great and all, and you just won the country this great gold medal, but we don't trust you.
Yeah.
It's pretty much what they said. We don't trust them. What was they doing out there for them to have to get drug tested? Like, I feel like they had to see them do something. Why they pick them three out of everybody?
Nah, I don't know. But
They was doing something. They had to be.
I'm wondering what they got tested for. If it was just for performance enhancement, or if it was just for like crack cocaine and stuff like that.
They say KD is a known smoker, so
yeah,
I'm sure they tested him for marijuana. Steph, I don't know what the heck we tested him for chocolate milk. What the heck?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't seem like someone you need to test, but those baby face assassins are the ones you need to watch out for. So
yeah, so that's funny. That's just funny, but I'm guessing that they all passed the test.
Hopefully,
yeah. So Georgia Tech, they beat Florida State 24-21. No one expected that, right?
No, not at all, man. College football season just popped off. And if you would have asked me before this game who was going to win, matter of fact, I was getting a haircut. And I think I was going to get a haircut or something. I'm on my way to get a haircut. And I was like, oh, yeah, Florida State and Georgia Tech. And I was just like, oh, yeah. Florida State's going to whoop them. And I didn't give them no chance at all. Like, it's like, no way. It's Georgia Tech. Only saying that because I'm biased because I root for UGA over Georgia Tech, in as far as the whole Georgia matchup. Anyways, I didn't really give them no shot at all, and they proved me wrong, man. They proved me wrong. They actually beat Florida State. I didn't expect that at all. I don't think anybody else did either.
Right.
So shout out to Georgia Tech. I give you props.
Let's go, Georgia. All right, ready for a fun topic?
Let's do it.
This one's kind of messed up, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Uh-oh.
I'm kind of setting you up.
Oh, man.
All right. One gotta go. These are all very legendary albums. I want to hear your opinion. We got 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying.
Okay.
Lil Wayne, Carter 3.
Oh.
Jay-Z, Black Album. Kanye West, Graduation.
Dang. Dang. Oh, man. That's tough. That's tough. I cannot get rid of, for sure, I can't get rid of Get Rich or Die Trying. I can't get rid of Graduation. It's between the Black Album and the Carter 3 for me. Bye, Tunchi. I gotta get rid of Tunchi.
Getting rid of Wayne?
I gotta get rid of Tunchi.
All right, so.
That's only because I'm biased.
I had the process of elimination like that, too. So I can't get rid of Get Rich or Die Trying because one of my favorite 50 songs on that album. Can't get rid of Black Album because my favorite Jay-Z songs on that album. Couldn't get rid of Graduation because my favorite Kanye song is on that album. But all my favorite Lil Wayne songs are on Carter 2. So
yeah, and that's what I was thinking too. That's what I was thinking about. That I was like, I like Carter 3, but receipt, I gotta hold on to my receipt. Come on, like if that was on 3, I'd be like, oh well, you know. But it wasn't. It was on 2.
Yeah.
So
that's what it was. Guys, get down in the comments. Let us know which one you would get rid of.
Yes, sir.
But if you made it to the end, we want to thank you. Like, comment, subscribe. If you want to see more music vlogs and more music critiques, check out my channel. You want to see more music and more vlogs, check out Slyce's channel. Now, I'm Canary Valens.
Slyce.